FMT reader Rosanna Jeffrey says Malaysians are right to ask a simple question. When the government gives tax breaks, grants, or incentives to big investors, what do the rakyat get back? The question follows a recent podcast by former Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli, who asked whether public value is being handed over to companies that already have money. Rosanna says the concern is fair. If taxpayers are asked to give something today, they deserve to know what Malaysia will receive tomorrow. But she says the debate must not stop at whether incentives look like help for big companies. Malaysian Investment Development Authority Chairman Tengku Zafrul Aziz has argued that the real test is whether incentives give Malaysia an appropriate return. Rosanna agrees. Incentives, she says, are not gifts. They're bargaining tools. A tax break for a foreign investor, a duty exemption for a car maker, or a special deal for a company with capital must be tied to something bigger. That means better jobs, higher skills, local supply contracts, exports, technology transfer, and opportunities for the next generation. Tengku Zafrul has said incentives should be linked to clear outcomes such as high-value jobs, domestic supply chains, industrial clusters, inclusivity, and sustainability. Rosanna says that is the right principle, but it must come with public accountability. Malaysians should be able to see the scoreboard. How many locals were hired? How many were trained? How many Malaysian companies became suppliers? Have wages improved? Was technology transferred? If the answer is yes, she says, then the incentive is already an investment in ordinary Malaysians. If not, it is just a giveaway. Rosanna points to Intel as an example of the kind of long-term spillover Malaysia wants. Intel Malaysia began in Penang in 1972 with just 100 employees. Today, its Penang operations are Intel's largest and most diverse site outside the United States. But Rosanna says the real story is not just the factory. It is the worker who starts on the production floor, learns global standards, becomes a manager, and later helps build a local company or supplier base. That is when foreign investment becomes Malaysian capability. She says the same test should apply to Malaysia's electric vehicle policy. Incentives have helped bring in more EVs and given buyers wider choice. But Malaysia cannot remain only a market for imported vehicles. If the country wants to build an EV industry, car makers must be pushed to invest in local production, parts suppliers, servicing workshops, charging infrastructure, and worker upskilling. Otherwise, the rakyat may see only higher prices and fewer choices, without the jobs and industry growth to justify the policy. Rosanna says the issue is not whether incentives are good or bad. Ordinary Malaysians are not against foreign investment. They are against deals that do not clearly benefit them. Public support must produce public value, and that value must be measured not by what investors receive, but by what the rakyat get back. Read the full letter only on FMT.